Well, hello everybody and welcome back to Lisa's Coloring Corner. This is part 2 of the first color and chat for the Belba in March color along that I am co-hosting with Shelly, the Stitching Colorist, and Nikki from Nikki in Niagara. I will link those two channels down below in the description. If you have not already done so, go ahead and check out their channels. They both have some awesome content out there. So, okay, we were coloring in Square Mandalas Animals in Patterns. And I did complete some of this off screen, off camera. I did get the corners all completed in. I love the colors that they put in here. I have yet to figure out, usually by now, I can figure out what the animal is in the middle. I'm not sure what this is going to be, to tell you the truth. So we still have 2 colors left to do, only 2, but as you can see there's a lot of it, so we'll see how long this video goes, if I actually am going to be able to get that all done before I run out of things to say. Because I actually am doing this second part to this color and chat on Sunday. So yesterday I did part 1. I'm actually finishing this picture the same weekend, so yeah, I may run out of things to say. We'll see how long this takes. So we are going to do, we have 14s and 16s to do in here. 14 is pastel blue, 16 is royal blue. So we have a light and a darker blue for the remainder of the inside of this picture. Let's start with the 14, which again, I'm using the Arteza Inkonic Fineliners. 14, I use 205 pastel blue. So it's one of the lightest blues in the Inkonic Fineliners. So, oh my goodness, I have cat hair on my shirt. Misty was up here, so I had to give her some love before I got her down off the desk. So now I got fur on my shirt. All right, let's zoom back in. Now, this will not be going up today. I, as you know, like to pre-record a bunch of videos on the weekend because that really is my only chance to record. So this is probably going to go up midweek. I'm probably going to put this part 2 up on Wednesday, so that I kind of spread out the color and chat. So you'll have one, you got one today on Sunday, then you'll get one on Wednesday, and then hopefully we will be doing another color and chat next Saturday. Usually I then get the color and chat up on the channel on Saturday, but because yesterday's ran a bit late by the time I got it done, I didn't get it uploaded till this morning, but that's okay. I still got it done, right? Now I think there are far more 14s and 16s, it seems, just go around the design. Maybe I should have done the 16s first. Maybe I should do that. I'll just finish these 14s off up here. Then I think, yeah, I think we'll go ahead and do the 16s around the design. That'll make it easier to, plus it's a darker color, so it'll make it easier to do this lighter color after the darker color. I do that when I am coloring my patterns too. If you do the darker color first and the lighter color is right next to it, you don't have to be quite as particular about the light color. So we'll just zip along with these X's. I really like how this is turning out, but yeah, I cannot figure out what this animal is supposed to be. I don't know if these are supposed to be like, I don't know, butterflies or something. So yeah, we'll just do these 14s in this row, and then I think, yeah, we're gonna switch over to the 16s. Get all the 16s done first. And this may not take as long to complete as I thought maybe it would. Well, let's go ahead and finish the 14s over here too. I change my mind a lot, don't I? What do they always say? It's a woman's prerogative to change her mind. That's very true. Our weather here is absolutely gorgeous. But before I get into that, let me ask how you guys are doing. Seeing as how this is going up on Wednesday, happy hump day. You are halfway through the week. Yay! If you're watching this Wednesday night, you only have 2 more days to the work week. For those of you who work Monday through Friday, that is. For those of you who work on the weekend, that is not the case. So I hope everybody is doing well. I hope all the colds and flus and crud that comes along with it is out of your household. Boy, oh boy, there's been so much going around, and now we have this coronavirus to worry about on top of it. How many of you out there think they're kind of blowing it out of proportion? Part of me says they are. Part of me is glad they are taking the steps they're taking. But yet, you know, like they said, the regular flu bug that hits every year kills a lot more people than what this coronavirus is doing. Basically, the only people that the coronavirus really affects really badly, where they can possibly die, is older individuals. I think I heard a report today. What did they say now? The individuals that have died from the coronavirus were all over the age of, and I can't remember the figure, it was like 40 or 50 some. So it is older individuals. Let's go to number 16, 103, which is royal blue. Not that one. This one. So yeah, I mean, it really, you know, they say it affects the very young, the older individuals, and people with immune problems. So I don't know. Part of me really feels that people are really getting in an uproar. You can't say over nothing, because it's not nothing, it is something. But all the face masks and the Purell, that's all disappearing. And they say actually face masks are not really going to help you anyhow. You know, they're needed for the people in the health industry that are helping to, you know, work with these patients in the hospital. They need the face masks. And there's so much price gouging. Oh my heavens. Makes me so mad when people try to make the big bucks off of people's suffering, out of, you know, like if there's a massive tornado or a hurricane, and they'll charge just astronomical dollars for things that would cost $1 normally. I mean, a 2-pack of Perel was going for, what was it, $200 or $300? I mean, really? It's terrible. Really ticks me off. Amazon, thank heavens, is being very proactive in that. And if they see people price gouging, they do take it off. I don't know if they totally ban those particular sellers. I hope so. Because that's just, no, that's just not right. I think it's awful. But we do always have those greedy souls out there, don't we? Looking to make the quick buck off of other people's sufferings, or the mania going around. I feel so sorry for the people on the cruises that, you know, are stuck out on the ship. I mean, yeah, they get to extend their vacation, but it's not much of a vacation, is it? Especially if you're quarantined to your room. My heavens. Not good. Not good at all. And there's quite a few that are infected on the one off California. Many of them being the crew. Okay, like I said, I like to start from the bottom, especially when I'm doing my dark color. So I'm going to go down to here. Oh, I was going to mention something to those of you who use Copic markers. Some of you may be aware of this already. I wasn't. I can't remember how I found out about it. I was doing a search for something else about Copics, and then this came up from the official Copic website from Japan. If you are a Copic user and you have started a collection of refills and you want to keep that same type of refill, stock up on them now because they are being discontinued. One moment. Yes, discontinued. Now, before panic sets in, don't you like how I led into that? They're being discontinued. Now, well, that version is being discontinued. And they are coming out with, oh, that bracelet's hurting there. They're coming out with a different type of refill. And I don't know if I like the new format or not. Instead of, you know, it is kind of a odd shape, and I don't even have one here handy. Oh wait, yeah, I do. You know, instead of this shape, okay, it is a little strange, but I have quite a few of these, so I wanted to continue getting this. So I did order a number of them of colors that I use quite a bit, especially in my color by numbers books that I use Copics in. Some of the colors are already gone, however, so some of the colors I could not get. I did find some out on Merry Artist, and I had never heard of that site. M-E-R-R-I Artist. And so I had gotten some off of there. But anyhow, they are being replaced by, it's a smaller round. It's completely round, about the size of round as the new round Cali Arts, the 180 set, and the updated Cali Arts that are completely round. Looks like it's about that size around. Of course, not quite as tall, but then at the tip, it's going to have a real long tapered tip to it so that you can pour it in, you know, drip it into your Copic marker easier when you remove the chisel end. Unfortunately, though, these new containers are going to hold half the amount of ink as what these old containers have in them. So there is absolutely nothing about what they're going to cost. Well, I am hoping that with them only having half the amount of ink, that they're going to be half the price. So I would think like maybe around $3, because I found a lot of my refills for like $5.75, but you can pay anywhere upwards of like $8 something if you get them on Amazon. They're quite a bit more on Amazon for some reason. But Dick Blick, Jerry's Artorama, Scrapbook Pal, and Mary Artist, you know, they're all a little bit cheaper than that. So Uzak.com is another place. That's where I had actually gotten a lot of my Copics from. They were about the cheapest place I found around. So yeah, just thought I would mention that for those of you who have the Copic markers. Snap up the refills while you can. Many of the companies, you know, still have quite a few of, you know, certain colors and stuff in stock yet. But yeah, some of the more popular colors like skin tones, the more popular blues and greens and stuff, they're all gone. So I doubt whether they're going to be getting any more in stock. They said that the new version is going to be out in, I heard, spring or early summer. So whether that's like, I don't know, May or something, May, June, I don't know. But yeah. So yeah, go and get them while you can. All right, let's go up this side. I am assuming that, you know, your craft stores will still have them for a little while too. Make sure you use your coupons there, because they're quite expensive there, but if you use your coupons, they're not so bad. Unfortunately, you can only get one at a time then. Or if you have 2 coupons, take somebody with you and you each can get one. At least I know they have the Copic markers. I don't know, do the craft stores carry the refills too? I think they do, right? I would assume so. I don't really know because I haven't ever gotten any in the craft stores. I just order everything online. Amazon loves me. I think the neighbors think I'm having an affair with the UPS guy. Well, actually, now it's the post office guy, the mailman, because for some reason now everything, almost everything, comes through the mail and not UPS. I don't know why they changed that. It seemed like at Christmas time everything switched over to the post office now. And I know there are some of you lucky souls who actually have Amazon delivery trucks. We don't have that up here. Nope, there's an 18 I missed. Naturally. We'll fill that in before I move on to the 14s. I'll leave this darker blue out because I may have missed one. Okay, number 18 is Emerald Green 161. So let's get that out. Just fill that one in like nobody even noticed. All right, let's get back to these 14s. Oh yeah, this isn't going to take long at all. Wow. Especially these lighter colors, they really go fast. Like the yellows, the yellow and the peach, 1s and 2s go really fast. I think it's just because you can't actually see the specific lines as well. Now the blue here you can see a little bit more, but this is a nice juicy fine liner, and so it goes down really nice. Now like that darker blue, like I said, the darker the color, the more problems I have to go a little bit slower. Like these were all dark brown. And yeah, they're not perfect X's, but when you look at it from back far, you don't notice that. So this truly is a type of coloring that anybody can do. Well, I shouldn't say anybody. If you do have dexterity problems and you're quite shaky, or you have a vision impairment, this may be a little hard for you because these squares are quite tiny, so the numbers are kind of small. So there is that. But for the rest of us, this is, as you can see, very easy to do. And again, I just love how it looks. Love the cross stitch look to the pictures. And like I said in the first part of this coloring chat, I now like this much better than the look when it's colored in solid. So I will never go back to coloring these in solid. Not these, not the small small squares anyhow. Of course, there are other color by numbers you have to color in solid because they're not squares. I did try the was it the hexagon ones. That actually worked by putting X's through each hectagon. Hexagon. Oh my heavens. Oh, you can tell it's Sunday night. I don't know how it got to be Sunday night so quickly. Boo-hoo. I think it was losing that hour of sleep last night. Is everybody adjusted yet? Seems like it always takes a while for everybody's body to adjust to that 1 hour. Man, I wish they would quit that. I have heard that from everybody, all the way to Ellen DeGeneres. She said the same thing. There are even some politicians who are saying, let's do away with that dang daylight savings time. It'll all even out in the end. Oh, why did they ever start that in the first place? Who ever thought that one up? Ugh. Sure, you gain an hour in the fall, but that is not near. It just doesn't make up for the fact that you lose that hour in spring. You just don't. And I, of course, went to bed at the same time as I normally did. And in actuality, it was an hour later, so instead of going to bed at midnight, In actuality, last night I went to bed at 1 in the morning, which I know for some of you is not that late. For others, that is quite late. I am typically up, though, between 5 and 6, so I actually didn't wake up until 6:30 this morning, though. Well, actually 7:30, so yeah, I never get up at 7:30. That was very late for me. I really did not think this was going to go this fast. Wow. I mean, we're under 15 minutes, and I don't have a whole lot left. I am so sorry. This is going to be a very short color in chat. I just figured I should get all the browns in the corners done and just, you know, leave the background in the middle. But yeah, I guess with it, you know, only being a couple colors and one of them being a lighter color, I can kind of just zip right through this. Guess what I heard the other day? Definite sign of spring. I heard the mourning doves again. If you've been a subscriber with me for a while, you know the mourning dove story. But I have gotten many new subscribers since last summer, so we had a nesting pair of mourning doves that decided to make our garage. I have a shelf up in the garage, and they decided to make their nest in there. Yeah. And by the time we noticed it, it was already built. Mama was sitting on the nest, so I think she had already laid her eggs. And I told Bob, I says, you can't, you know, you can't tear that nest out if she's already got eggs in there. And he didn't. He left it in there. Because we used to have robins. Oh my gosh, you talk about persistent. They kept trying to build nests on top of the garage door opener in the garage, you know, where it's a flat top. Yeah, constantly. And oh my gosh, my car is parked underneath that. What a mess. Oh my gosh, what a mess. Twigs and dried grasses and poop all over my car. So as soon as they could start building it, he'd tear it down. As soon as he'd tear it down, they'd be back in there building it back up. So finally he got sick and tired of tearing it down on them, and I felt sorry for these poor robins that we ended up putting something around, and so they can't get in there anymore. But yeah, didn't have the heart to tear down the nest of these mourning doves. So yeah, she laid her eggs and had 2 babies, because that's typically all mourning doves have. And so we got to see the babies grow up, and Mom and Dad teach them to fly. It was really neat. And they ended up having, oh my gosh, how many broods of chicks did they end up having? I can't remember. Was it 3 or 4? And they didn't all make it. It was so sad. Because with them being up on that shelf, it's up above a wood pile that we have on that side of the garage and some other things that are stored there. And so a couple of times these babies fell off that shelf once they got big enough to leave the nest, you know, and they started walking around on that shelf. Yeah. And Bella almost got one of them. I thought for sure she had broken its wing, and it was hiding underneath my car. Well, I eventually got it. We put it back up in the nest, and it eventually seemed to do fine because we seen it fly. First, you'd see it fly from one side of the garage to the other, you know, as it was learning. So it must not have been broken. Thank heavens. I was so happy to see that. Oh, but yeah, there were a couple of them that didn't make it, and oh, I was so sad. But yeah, they're in there again. I don't think Bob has seen it yet. I can't say that too loud because he's right in the kitchen. And I'm not going to tell him. But yeah, I can see the nest is getting built up. I haven't really seen them in there except for that first day. I seen them, and the other morning, I think it was Friday morning, the garage door was shut yet, and I could hear them it sounded like it was right outside the big garage door. And I was taking Bella out to go potty in the morning. So yeah, I opened up the garage door, and yeah, there he or she was, and flew away, but I think they were back with twigs and grass. And with it being so gorgeous this weekend, we've lost a lot of snow. There's still lots around, but it was a lot of melting, so hopefully they'll find, you know, well, all the birds will find more twigs and grasses, and you know, it's time for them all to make them nests. I heard and then saw a cardinal yesterday too. Boy, those birds are gorgeous, especially when you see them in the wintertime, because there's nothing with color around here. So when you see that gorgeous red sitting up in the tree, it's like, oh, so pretty. The blue jays are so pretty too, but they're nasty birds. You know, they chase other birds out of bird feeders, and yeah, they can be mean. Don't see many blue jays around here. My goodness. We about have this done, and it's only 20 minutes. Wow. Holy cow. That went very fast. I figured this was going to take a good 45 minutes. Boy, was I wrong. Okay, folks, we are done. Now, looking at this, you tell me what the animal is. I have been able to figure out all the other ones. This one, I cannot figure out, and I'm even looking at it in the iPad so I can see it from farther away. Are these supposed to be like butterflies or something? You know, what are these? You know, and this. I don't know. I can't figure it out. Let me know in the comments below if you can tell what this animal is. Because, yeah, every other picture, you know, like this one took me a while to figure out that it was a dragon. But looks real easy when I look at it in the iPad now. Oh, yeah, that's a dragon. You know, we got a dolphin. Love how that one turned out. There we got a deer. So, yeah, all the other ones, they're pretty easy to see, especially that one. You know, but boy, oh boy, I cannot figure out the animal. So yeah, if you see it, let me know in the comments below. I'm probably going to be working more in this book, maybe even tonight. And I'll start working on this one, because I know I won't be working in this book on camera anymore for the rest of the month, because I do want to work, like I said in part 1, I want to work out of 4 different books with 4 different coloring mediums. So next week will be the shuttle arts. And I think, well, I don't know. I'm not sure which book we're going to work out of yet. I'll have to think about that one. So we'll keep it a surprise. All right, let's zoom back out. Okay, well, yeah, that was much, much shorter than what I anticipated. But seeing as how it's getting a little late on Sunday night, I guess this worked out okay. So yeah, you'll see this part 2 video on Wednesday. So with that being said, I hope everybody's having a terrific hump day. If you enjoyed this video, this part 2 to this color and chat, please hit that like button. Subscribe if you're new to my channel. Again, I hope everybody's having a great middle of the week. And as always, happy coloring. Bye, guys.